As the holidays wind down, you may have found yourself with a brand new 4K TV, and now that 4K content is readily available on many streaming platforms, you're probably searching for the most affordable device to stream that content. Enter the $40 Roku Premiere Plus 4K streaming device. Is this device good enough to earn my recommendation for 2020? Let's find out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian here. On this channel, we mostly focus on PC related stuff as well as tech reviews. So if you're new here and that is something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content just like this. Also, feel free to check out the description box below for any related links I may mention in this video. All right, on to the review. So starting this off, I wanted to chat about the differences between the Roku Premiere and the Roku Premiere Plus. The first is that the Premiere Plus is supposed to be $10 more than the Premiere. But when shooting this video, I actually found that Amazon is selling the Premiere Plus for $39.99. That is the same price that most retailers are selling just the standard Premiere for. The second is that the standard Premiere model comes with an infrared remote. And this means that you need to have line of sight of your streaming device in order for your remote to work. The Premiere Plus, on the other hand, has their fancier voice remote. This remote uses an RF signal rather than infrared, which means that you can basically point it wherever you want and it should register your commands even if you hide the Roku behind your TV. Honestly, the standard Premiere to me doesn't even make sense in Roku's lineup. I would never choose the standard Premiere over the Premiere Plus, even if I had to spend a few more dollars on the Premiere Plus. All right, so when it comes to the Premiere Plus, it comes with a few things. Starting off, you of course get the Premiere Plus and all of the boring documentation that we've all come to love. You also get that RF remote I just mentioned a few moments ago. You get two AAA batteries for that remote, a very, very short HDMI cable, the power cable, and a block for the power block for that cable. And then you also get something that I found really, really awesome, a removable adhesive strip. And for a device that is meant to be hidden, this is a great addition in my opinion. Good job, Roku. Now, when it comes down to the specs, I am also seriously impressed on those as well. The amount of performance that they were able to pack into a device that fits in my palm is insane. For visuals, this device will give you 4K 60 FPS and also is compatible with HDR10. For audio, you'll get support for Dolby Atmos and DTS Digital Surround. This is obviously via pass-through, and so you'll need a receiver that can utilize these signals even if your content has it available. And lastly, this device is only compatible with 802.11n and its 2.4 gigahertz network band. If you're not familiar with network bands, I will drop a link in the description box below explaining the major differences between network bands so you kind of know why this is a pretty big issue for a streaming device. Generally, for devices that need a constant and uninterrupted connection, like when you're streaming movies, you should always be on a 5 gigahertz network band if possible, even if it's just standard HD. It doesn't have to be 4K, just that's the best way to do it. So to me, I'm pretty shocked that Roku went with this design decision, especially since this is a 4K streaming device and you absolutely need a strong wireless connection in order to have a smooth experience. I have done testing on this and we'll get to that in a minute, but before we get into that, I wanted to quickly comment on the setup process. So the setup is quick and easy, just like every other Roku. You basically just follow the prompts and your device will be up and running in no time. One quick note is that during the account setup process, if you haven't already signed up for an account through Roku, because you've had previous ones, you'll have to put in your credit card. If you're like me and you don't like having your credit card on file on all these different websites and such, there is a link in the description box below that you guys can go to use, and basically it will let you bypass the step in which you have to add that credit card. I mean, it's nice that they have a link that you can go to, but in my opinion, I think it should just be in the standard setup process. It's kind of a pain in the butt that you have to go and jump through a bunch of different hoops for something as simple as this. I mean, come on, Roku. Like, now, once it's all set up, you have access to hundreds of different channels. These are what Roku calls their apps, and you should be able to find a channel for all of your favorite streaming services such as Netflix or Disney Plus. Keep in mind, although the channels are free to install, it doesn't mean the services are free as well. There are definitely channels that you can use that are free, such as Tubi or Pluto TV. But again, if you want to use something like Netflix, you'll have to have a subscription through Netflix in order to access their content. The menu screen is quick and snappy as I expected, and it's very minimalistic. Whether you like the menu screen or not is going to be completely based on your preference. I personally love it, but that's also because I hate clutter. And clutter drives me insane. So the fact that it's minimalistic and it's really simple, you know, it's awesome. Now, just like the menu screen, the channels on this device will load really quickly, and I absolutely had no issues whatsoever with channels just randomly crashing or anything like that. But again, this is all expected. This device is basically the Roku Streaming Stick Plus, and that's a device that I've adored since it was released back in 2017. The difference between the two? Well, the Streaming Stick has access to both 2.4 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz networks. And as I said before, the Premiere Plus is stuck accessing only 2.4 gigahertz networks. This in theory should mean less smooth experience when you're using the Premiere Plus because of congestion, but in my testing, I honestly didn't see much of a difference. Video streaming was super smooth, and I couldn't really get this thing to buffer even when I went as far as I could away from my access point in my house. Now, keep in mind, my access point is actually located in the middle of my house, and I have a pretty robust router, so you know your mileage definitely may vary depending on how your house is set up. Also, the houses in my area are pretty spread out, so we don't get that cross congestion that you'll get if you live in an apartment complex or you live in the city. So that's something to keep in mind. It's honestly kind of an ideal situation in my house for this device because it doesn't have a lot of congestion. It's kind of, you know, can do whatever it needs to do. If you live somewhere like me and the houses are spread out and you have a solid router, then you probably will be just fine. But for only $10 more, you can have the Roku Streaming Stick Plus, which will give you both options. And quite frankly, that's awesome. I mean, having the option to connect to a 5 gigahertz network is definitely worth the $10. I honestly wouldn't spend much more than $25 on this device, even though I love the design. The design is absolutely awesome. It's nice, it's easy, and it won't stick out of the back of your TV if it, you know, points backwards. But there are so many better options for the $40 to $50 range, in my opinion. Roku really just kind of killed this device by dropping the price of the Streaming Stick Plus. So I'm not sure what they were doing. I don't know. So what do you guys want me to check out next? Leave that in the comments below, and also let me know if you have any questions on the Premiere Plus. It's a good device, but just not good for the price, I would say. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe so you don't miss out on my future content. Thank you guys so much for watching. And now I think I'm gonna go drink a nice cup of hot cocoa.